Wow, 10 vocabulary words, each repeated 10 times.
That's dedication.
You're really in it to win it this time, huh?
That's what I like to see.
All right, so you're going for vocabulary mastery, and we are here to help you make those words stick.
Repetition is key, right?
Absolutely.
There's actually a ton of science behind that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we can weave that in as we go.
Awesome.
But let's get started with our first word, the forefront.
The forefront. It's like, okay, imagine like the lead singer of a rock band, right?
Yeah.
All eyes are on them. They're
Exactly.
at the forefront.
It's about being front and center, like leading the charge.
Yeah.
Think about the first astronauts stepping onto the moon.
Oh, yeah.
They were at the forefront of space exploration,
Right?
pushing the boundaries of what humans could achieve.
You talk about pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Being at the forefront means everyone's watching, waiting to see what you'll do next.
True.
Like, okay, this is a very different example, but like that chef who decided to make dessert out of crickets. I mean, at the forefront of something.
Maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but it illustrates the point.
Yeah.
The people at the forefront are innovators, risk takers, rule breakers.
They're not afraid to be different.
They challenge the status quo.
So the forefront isn't just about position, it's about a mindset.
Yeah.
Like being bold, innovative, like
Yeah.
that friend who always has to have the newest gadget,
Oh, I know that friend.
the latest fashion.
Yep.
They're living life at the forefront.
And those are often the people who inspire us, right?
Totally.
Think about the suffragettes fighting for women's right to vote, or the activists demanding action on climate change. They were at the forefront of social and political change.
So we've got forefront of social movements, forefront of culinary trends. Where else are we seeing this idea play out?
Think about medicine.
Oh, yeah?
The researchers tirelessly working to develop a cure for cancer.
Okay.
Engineers designing those cutting-edge prosthetic limbs.
Right.
They're all operating at the forefront of their fields, constantly striving to improve lives.
It makes you realize that the forefront is constantly shifting too,
Right.
right?
Oh, for sure.
What's groundbreaking today might be totally commonplace tomorrow.
Like when having a cell phone was the forefront of technology.
Right.
Now we can't imagine life without them.
I know.
Who knows what will be at the forefront in a few years?
That's what's so exciting, though.
Yeah.
There's always something new to discover, new frontiers to explore.
Exactly.
Speaking of frontiers, remember that movie where those explorers went to the Amazon,
Oh, yeah.
encountered that tribe who had never seen like modern technology?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Talk about being at the forefront of two completely different worlds colliding.
Yeah, it highlights how the forefront can be relative, too.
Oh, right.
What's cutting edge in one context might be completely unknown in another.
So whether we're talking about exploring space, changing society, or even just like trying a new restaurant, the forefront is all about pushing boundaries and embracing the unknown.
Keep that image in your mind, being at the forefront, leading the way, making a difference. That's the power of this word.
9 down, 1 to go.
All right, let's shift gears to something a little less glamorous.
Okay, sodden.
Sodden. It just sounds heavy.
It does.
Like a wet blanket on a rainy day.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it means.
Okay.
Like, think of a sponge that's left in the sink a little too long.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not just damp. It's completely saturated, dripping with water.
Like that time I dropped my phone in the toilet.
Oh, no.
Not only was it sodden, but it was also like at a commission.
I can sympathize with that one.
Worst day.
But it's a perfect example, right?
Yeah.
It's that feeling of something being beyond repair, weighed down by moisture that's sodden.
And it's not always a physical thing either.
No, it's not.
You can have a sodden mood like after a breakup or like a bad day at work.
Oh, yeah.
It's that feeling of being emotionally drained, weighed down by sadness or disappointment.
It's like those old melodramatic films.
Yes. Where the heartbroken heroine is walking through the rain.
Her clothes are clinging to her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
No.
not just that she's wet, it's that her entire being is sodden with despair.
Okay, let's lighten the mood up a little bit.
Okay.
Remember that time we went on that whitewater rafting trip?
Oh gosh, yeah.
We got absolutely drenched.
soaked.
We were sodden from head to toe,
We were.
but we were laughing so hard it didn't even matter.
Sometimes being sodden can be exhilarating.
Yeah,
It's all about context.
totally.
A sodding field after a spring rain, that can be a sign of renewal,
Oh, that's nice.
of life springing forth.
All right, so we've got sodden socks, sodden moods, and even sodden fields.
8 more to go.
Let's see, how can we make this word even more memorable?
Think of the heaviest, wettest thing you can imagine.
Okay.
Maybe a giant sodden wedding cake after a sudden downpour.
Oh, gosh.
Or a sodden pile of newspapers after someone accidentally leaves them out in a blizzard.
Okay, I think we've officially soaked this word. Let's move on before we get too waterlogged.
All right, what's next?
Okay, next up is livestock.
Livestock.
It's giving Old MacDonald Had a Farm vibes.
It is.
I can practically hear the chickens clucking and the cows mooing.
Livestock refers to animals raised on farms for various purposes, like meat, dairy, wool, even labor in some cases.
It's interesting to think about how the types of livestock vary depending on what region of the world you're in.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, like here we might think of cows and pigs,
Yeah.
but in other parts of the world it could be camels or llamas.
Exactly. Yeah. Livestock reflects the unique agricultural practices and needs of different cultures around the world.
It kind of makes you think about the ethical implications, too,
Oh, for sure.
of how we treat livestock, like factory farming versus free range.
Huge debate.
Those are important conversations to have.
Livestock itself doesn't carry any inherent judgment,
Right.
but it does prompt us to consider our responsibilities towards the animals we depend on.
Okay, 8 more times to go. What about that story of the farmer who trained his pigs to race?
Oh.
Talk about unusual livestock. Or that family who had a pet cow that they swore was part of the family.
Part of the family, not just livestock.
Yeah.
Those stories highlight the emotional connections we can form with animals, even those we classify as livestock.
Oh.
It reminds us that they're individual beings, not just commodities.
Right, so livestock is more than just a word. It's a concept that touches on history, culture, ethics, and our relationship with the natural world.
I'm feeling pretty informed.
Me too.
Hopefully you are too and ready to use livestock in a sentence.
I think so.
Let's move on to our next word, shall we?
All right, up next we have diagnosis.
Diagnosis.
Sounds like we're entering the world of doctors and detectives.
You got it.
Okay.
Diagnosis is all about figuring out what's wrong.
Yeah?
It's the process of identifying the cause of a problem,
Right.
whether it's a medical condition, a car malfunction, or even a wonky Wi-Fi connection.
That's like solving a puzzle, right?
It is.
You gather clues, analyze the evidence, and hopefully arrive at the right answer. Like that time my computer suddenly went black.
Uh-oh.
After some troubleshooting, the diagnosis was a fried hard drive.
Ooh.
RIP all my files.
A classic case of technological heartbreak.
It was the worst.
But it shows how diagnosis can be applied to so many different situations. It's about identifying the root cause of the problem so you can take the right steps to fix it.
And sometimes it takes a while to get to the right diagnosis, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like those medical mysteries where doctors are baffled by a patient's symptoms. They have to run all sorts of tests before they can finally figure out what's going on.
Sometimes the diagnosis is straightforward, and other times it's like searching for a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
Like archaeologists
Oh, yeah.
painstakingly piecing together fragments of pottery
Right.
to understand an ancient civilization. That's
Yeah.
a form of diagnosis, too.
So we've got medical diagnoses, technological diagnoses, even historical diagnoses. What else?
Think about relationships. Sometimes you have to diagnose what's causing conflict or distance between people.
That's a good point.
Or a business might need to diagnose why sales are slumping. It's about asking the right questions, looking for patterns,
Okay.
to understand that underlying issue.
So diagnosis is about more than just identifying a problem. It's about understanding it so you can find a solution.
9 more repetitions to go.
9 more. Okay.
What about that story of the doctor who diagnosed a patient based on the sound of their cough?
Oh, wow.
Or that detective who solved a case by diagnosing the criminal's unique handwriting style?
Those are great examples of how keen observation and experience can play a crucial role in making an accurate diagnosis.
It's about connecting the dots.
Yeah.
Seeing the bigger picture.
All right. I think we've successfully diagnosed the meaning of diagnosis.
I think so too.
Okay, on to the next one.
From identifying problems, let's shift to the movement of resources.
Okay.
Our next word is outflow.
Outflow. It's like a river flowing out to sea.
Yes.
Or maybe air escaping from a punctured tire.
Precisely.
Okay.
It describes the movement of something away from a source.
Got it.
Think of money flowing out of your bank account when you make a purchase,
Right.
or water flowing out of a reservoir during a drought.
Or like when I accidentally spilled my entire cup of coffee all over my keyboard.
Oh, no.
Talk about an outflow of caffeine.
And a ruined morning.
Yeah, it was a bad one.
But it illustrates the point perfectly.
Outflow can be both literal and figurative.
Yes, it can.
The outflow of information from a leak. The outflow of refugees from a conflict zone.
Yeah.
It's a versatile word.
It is.
That captures the concept of movement away from a central point.
It makes me think of energy.
Oh, yeah.
The outflow of energy you feel after a great workout.
Yes.
Or the outflow of creative energy when you're working on a project.
It highlights how outflow can be both positive and negative.
Right.
The outflow of pollution from a factory, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But the outflow of aid to a disaster zone is essential. Okay, so we've got outflow of money, energy, information. Let's see, what else can we outflow?
Think of emotions.
Oh,
The outflow of joy from a celebration. The outflow of grief after a loss.
yeah.
Or even ideas flowing out of a brainstorming session.
I like that.
Outflow can capture the movement of both tangible and intangible things.
So it's about understanding the direction of movement, whether it's physical, financial, emotional, or even conceptual.
9 more times to go.
What about that story of the artist who channeled all their grief into their paintings?
Powerful.
A powerful outflow of emotion.
Yes.
Or that company that had a massive outflow of customers after a scandal.
Those examples highlight the impact of outflow.
Yeah.
It can be a sign of creativity, of release, but also of loss or crisis.
Right.
Understanding the context of outflow is key to understanding its significance.
All right, I think we've successfully navigated the outflow of this concept.
I think so, too.
Let's see what's next on our list.
From the movement of resources, we move to the realm of wisdom and preparedness. Our next phrase is, forewarned is forearmed.
Forewarned is forearmed. I remember my grandpa always saying that when I was younger.
It's a classic.
It sounded so mysterious, like something a wise old pirate would say.
It's a timeless proverb for a reason.
Being warned about something in advance gives you time to prepare.
To be ready for whatever challenges lie ahead.
Right.
Think about this. If you know a hurricane is coming,
Oh, yeah.
you can board up your windows, stock up on supplies, and get to safety.
Or if you know there's going to be a pop quiz in class,
Uh-oh.
you can study up the night before and ace it.
Being forewarned gives you a huge advantage.
Yeah.
That allows you to make informed decisions and take proactive steps.
I like that.
Think of a coach studying their opponent's game plan before a big match.
Okay.
That knowledge, that forewarning, can mean the difference between victory and defeat.
So forewarned is forearmed isn't just about avoiding danger.
No, it's not.
It's about maximizing your chances of success.
Exactly.
Like if you know you're going to a networking event,
Okay.
you can research the attendees beforehand. Come prepared with talking points.
Right.
And maybe even score a few business cards.
There you go.
Forewarned is forearmed for career advancement.
It applies to so many aspects of life.
It really does.
Negotiating a salary, navigating a tricky social situation, or even just planning a road trip.
Yeah.
A little bit of preparation goes a long way.
So we've got hurricane preparedness, career advancement, social savvy.
Yeah.
What else can we be forewarned about?
Think about emotional intelligence.
Oh.
If you know you tend to get overwhelmed in stressful situations, you can practice coping mechanisms beforehand and be forearmed against anxiety.
Or if you know a certain topic is likely to trigger a heated debate, you can prepare your arguments in advance.
And stay calm and collected during the discussion.
So it's about more than just practical preparedness.
It is.
It's about mental and emotional preparedness as well.
9 more repetitions to go. What about that story of the investor who predicted the stock market crash because they were forewarned by certain economic indicators?
Oh, interesting.
Or that couple who saved their marriage because they were forewarned about common relationship pitfalls
Wow.
and actively worked to avoid them.
There's great examples of how being forewarned can lead to wise choices and positive outcomes.
It's about using knowledge to your advantage.
Yeah.
And being proactive in shaping your destiny.
I like that.
Okay.
All right, I think we're officially forearmed with the meaning of this proverb.
I think we are.
What's next on our vocabulary adventure?
From preparedness and wisdom, we move to a more challenging topic.
Okay. Burnout. Burnout.
Yeah.
It sounds as exhausting as it feels.
It does.
Like you've been running a marathon with no finish line in sight.
Burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion.
Yeah.
Caused by prolonged or excessive stress.
Right.
It's not just feeling tired, it's feeling completely drained and depleted.
Like that time I pulled an all-nighter to finish a project.
Oh, yeah.
Ended up staring blankly at my computer screen, completely unable to focus.
You've all been there.
I was burnt out fried toast.
It's important to recognize the signs of burnout before it becomes a chronic problem.
It can manifest as cynicism, irritability, difficulty concentrating, even physical symptoms like headaches and insomnia.
So it's not just about working too hard.
Right.
It's about the emotional toll that chronic stress takes on you.
Yeah.
Like that friend who's always complaining about their job, their boss, their commute.
Yeah.
Classic signs of burnout.
And it's not just limited to work.
It's not.
Caregivers, students, athletes,
Hmm.
anyone who experiences prolonged stress can be susceptible to burnout.
It's about recognizing your limits.
Yeah.
And prioritizing self-care.
Okay, so we've got work burnout, caregiver burnout, student burnout. What else?
Think about social burnout.
Yeah.
The constant pressure to be on social media,
Oh, yeah.
to present a perfect image to keep up with everyone else's highlight reel, it can be incredibly draining.
It can.
Yeah,
So burnout can affect every aspect of our lives.
it can.
What about that story of the athlete who pushed themselves too hard
Oh, yeah.
and ended up with a career-ending injury, or that CEO who had a breakdown because they never took a break?
Those stories highlight the serious consequences of ignoring burnout.
Right.
It can affect our physical health, our mental well-being, even our relationships.
That's scary.
It's a reminder that we need to prioritize self-care and set healthy boundaries.
Okay, I think we've covered the burning truth about burnout.
I think we have.
Let's move on to our final word before we're completely exhausted.
Okay, from the depths of burnout, let's rise to the heights of importance.
All right, let's do it.
Our final word is crucial.
Crucial. It sounds serious, like forgetting your passport on the way to the airport.
Yes.
A crucial mistake.
Crucial emphasizes something absolutely essential, indispensable.
Think of a crucial ingredient in a recipe that you just can't substitute,
Right.
or a crucial vote in an election that determines the outcome.
Or a crucial piece of evidence in a court case
Ooh, yeah.
that could exonerate an innocent person.
It's about the things that make or break a situation.
The elements that are vital for success, for understanding, for making things happen.
I see.
Think of a crucial conversation that needs to happen to resolve a conflict,
Okay.
or a crucial decision that will shape the future of a company.
Okay, so we've got crucial ingredients, crucial votes, crucial evidence. Let's see, what else is crucial?
Think about first impressions.
Oh.
That first date, that job interview, that initial meeting with a potential client.
Hmm.
Those first moments can be crucial in setting the tone for the entire relationship.
So it's about understanding what truly matters, what carries the most weight in a given situation.
Exactly.
What about that story of the scientist who made a crucial discovery
Okay.
that led to a breakthrough in medicine?
Wow.
Or that teacher who played a crucial role in a student's life, inspiring them to achieve their dreams?
Those are powerful examples of how crucial moments in individuals can have a ripple effect, impacting lives far beyond our immediate circle.
Right.
It's a reminder that even small actions can have significant consequences.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From the forefront of innovation to the depths of burnout, we've explored 8 fascinating words and 1 wise proverb.
And not just explored them, but truly internalized them through repetition and storytelling.
Yeah,
You're well on your way to mastering these words
I think so.
and adding them to your vocabulary arsenal.
So go out there and use them with confidence.
Impress your friends.
Write a brilliant essay.
Maybe even start a podcast of your own.
You never know.
Remember, language is a powerful tool. The more words you have at your disposal, the more effectively you can communicate, connect with others, and shape the world around you.
Absolutely.